La Jolie SWOLD und Carina Scholz für Deutschland, Germany.
Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. We saw a lovely horse here, very nicely ridden. There were some small problems and green mistakes with the horse in the flying changes, but overall in the trot we saw elastic, good use of the joints, stayed in the same rhythm throughout. A little disappointing in the extended trot. We would like to see a little bit more suppleness through the back and pushing a little more from the hind legs. We felt she slightly dropped her back a bit in the medium extended work, but 8.3 for trot. The walk is ground covering. You rode a correct collected walk and ground covering, maybe a little more purpose and activity for the actual extended walk, but we gave 8.5. Canter, again, good use of the hind leg, and some very nice moments in the extended canter. We would like to see her maybe still be able to use her back a little more. She comes quite high in front and then slightly drops her back. But again, in general, we like the canter, 8.4. Submission, again, there was a nice way of riding, and we want to point that out. And the mark we gave for submission was mainly due to the fact she is a little green in the flying changes at the moment, so they're not always 100% consistent, but lovely riding from you, 7.9. Just to come a little under the 8. And in general, a lovely horse and obviously a lovely rider, 8.4 for perspective. And thank you very much.
And that makes it 83% for the quality of the horse. So the be 68.036%. So overall score for Carina Scholz in La Jolie SWOLD. In this small final for 7-year-old horses presented by Madeleine. Für die erste technische Note 71,607 und bei B 68,036% ergibt ein Total von 76,411. Jährigen Pferde.
Could you be my beautiful reason? You could be my beautiful reason. I'm falling again. It's like a river.
Zwei Paare noch vor einer kurzen ersten Pause in dieser Prüfung. Wir sehen nun ein Pferd für Tschechien. Mecklenburger vom Donauschalmer Dramatiker aus der Zucht des Gestütes Gancho im Besitz von Libus Menke. Das Pferd heißt Donaudiamant und wird geritten von Libus Menke von der Czech Republic. Lewis Menke und Donau-Diamant für Tschechien.
Okay, thank you very much. We were impressed by this horse. Has such a lovely head and neck, and very attractive look about him. In the trot, we felt that there was expression a little bit only with the front legs. We would like to see a little more pushing behind, but he has such a nice, beautiful shape and things like that. But because we were drawn to the hind legs, we'd like to see them push more. For the trot, 7.4. In your walk, the rhythm was okay. In the collected, could have been more supple and a little better rhythm, but in general, okay. In the extension, we want to see more ground cover and suppleness. So we came to a mark of a 7 for your walk. In the canter, I think a good word to say, it's a very user-friendly canter. It's active, it has ability to take weight. You showed some beautiful changes. There were a couple of not so good ones, but the expressive changes he shows are very nice. Canter 7.8. In general, he did a nice job. He was obedient. What we would like to now see you take on to improve is the self-carriage. We feel sometimes he sits a little bit on your hand, and we want to see you both being able to have the self-carriage between you a little more. But in general, okay, 7.5 for submission. And in general, a nice horse. The perspective, we gave a 7.6. Thank you very much.
So the mark for the quality is 74.6%. Now the technical marks judged at age 66.786, judged at BE 66.964. Overall mark for Lewis Menke and Donau-Diamant 70.738%. Das Ergebnis für die Qualität des Pferdes 74,6%, die technischen Noten bei H 66,786 und bei B 66,964 ergeben ein Total von 70,738%. Das 8. Paar in diesem kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze, geht für Schweden an den Start. Seine schwedische Hengstfirma Vitalis Mal Ampere aus der Zucht und im Besitz von Börstedt Dressier und Gunilla Gramunke. Das ist Vittosi und Manuel Dominguez Bernal, Schweden. Manuel Dominguez Bernal stellt uns für Schweden Vitozzi vor.
Okay, thank you very much for presenting this very impressive horse. We were drawn to, in the trot, it's beautiful head and neck, nicely balanced and ridden extension, medium extension. You kept a nice balance there. We felt that the trot before the walk was the better trot. The second trot after the walk was not quite so good, and then you had the mistake, unfortunately, in the cantering in the shoulder into the left. But in general, we liked it. An 8 for your trot. The walk, there was a nice collection shown. We would like to see a little more relaxation and suppleness in the back for a high mark in the walk, in the extension particularly, but a 7.5. Canter, again, an uphill impression with a lot of quality. The horse really finding the pirouettes easy, and also want to comment on how you presented the canter pirouettes. It was very nice. However, we would like to see a little more suppleness through his back. You know, he's uphill and he still needs to develop strength and suppleness in his back. We gave a 7.8 for your canter. Submission, we had to come a little down because of the major mistake in this shoulder into the left. However, there was a lot of positives with your horse today, but we came to a 7.7 because of the small mistake, and a little more, we want to draw your attention, he needs to be a little more supple in his back. Maybe it's his strength, and he's in development stage at the moment. Overall, a lovely horse with a great future, and when he becomes stronger and more supple through his back, we think there's a lot more to come. 7.9 for the perspective, and thank you very much. Well done.
So that means 77.8% for the quality of Vitozzi. Here the technical marks at age 68.036 and B 67.679, and total mark of 72.829% for Vitozzi and Manuel Dominguez Bernal for Sweden. Für die Qualität des Pferdes 77,8%, die technischen Noten bei H 68,036 und bei B 67,679%, total 72,829. Und damit gehen wir in eine kurze Pause in diesem kleinen Finale, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a short break until 10 a.m. We can
Every time you call, I pick up and fall back to you. celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. It's a celebration. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Come on and celebrate tonight. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times, come on. There's a sound like a drum echoing, and it hits like the town is cold all night. We are all night, we're magnetically charged. Lightning couldn't strike us through love in a city. Pleading guilty, I'm not innocent. If the crime is your love, let me sin. Praying nobody saves my soul. Oh no. Spin me around, take me up, take me down high and low. Spin me around, lift me up off the ground, don't let go. All night long, you make us light up wherever we are. All night, we're magnetically charged. True love in a city of lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the small Dressage World Breeding Championships for Young Horses third in this class, presented by Madeleine Winter-Schulze. We thank Waiting now for our ninth horse in the owner is the rider. Herzlich willkommen für Luxemburg, die Besitzerin dieses Oldenburger Pferdes, Famous Boy vom Foundation aus der Zucht von Wolfram Wittig. Die ist Mandy Zimmer. Axberg, Letzburg.
Okay, well done. Thank you for presenting your very impressive chestnut horse. We were drawn to the fact that he is always very straight and consistent in the contact. Maybe we would like to see a little lighter contact at times, but he's always consistent and very straight center lines, and they were positives for us. In the trot, well executed trot movements. We would like to see maybe a little more air time in the trot. At times he's a little tight, and we would like to see him develop a little more suppleness and pushing power in the medium extended work. We gave 7.6 as a mark for the trot. In the walk, however, we felt that he slightly lost his rhythm in the collected walk, and it stayed rather consistent that way. And in the extended walk, we felt he could have had more suppleness, activity, and ground cover. So we had to come down, unfortunately, in the walk to a 6.8. In the canter, again, straight, obedient, showing that he can take the weight in the pirouettes. We would like to see a little more suppleness and spring and support from the hind legs. We gave a mark of 7.6. Overall, obedient, more or less without mistakes. We would just like this more suppleness through his body. We gave a 7.8, and we would like to highlight the fact that you rode him in a very nice way, and the frame was in a very nice frame. Maybe sometimes a little short at times, but in general, a nice way. And the general perspective for this horse, we gave a 7.5, and thank you very much.
So the quality score is 74.6%, the technical score is 67.679, and a B 65%. Official score of 70.47. Für die Qualität des Pferdes also 74,6%, die technische Note bei H 67,679 und bei B 65 ergeben 70,47%. Da kommt für Polen Epano, ein Anoperaner Hengst vom Escavillo mal Fiorano, gezüchtet von Hans-Joachim Burthoff, im Besitz der MM Brothers SPZO, im Sattel ist Matthäus Kichon, für Polens. Mateusz Kichon und Ebano vom Miss Camillo Malfiorano, Polen. Jo, Poland.
Okay, good morning. Thank you very much for presenting your lovely horse. We really felt that this horse has lots of potential. The first, the trot. We liked his activity. He is a nice mover. He has suppleness and some easy off-the-floor paces. The problem we felt a little bit in the trot was we need to draw your attention to improving the balance and the half halts and your presentation so that he stays a little bit more in balance. He's a big mover, but he does need to have a little help and support so he understands how he needs to balance. But in general, the trot was nice quality. We gave a 7.7. In the walk, the rhythm was okay. What we would like is a more relaxed, supple, extended walk. We felt he's bouncing a little bit rather than actually really relaxing and taking more ground covering, supple steps. But we gave a 7.5 for the walk. Canter is powerful, it's dynamic, it has good use of the hind legs, he has air time, he knows basically the canter work. However, the balance is the issue here, and we felt that you need to sometimes think a little bit less is more, and you need to be able to quietly adjust the power so he's able to stay balanced. We gave a 7.6 for your canter. Some of the movements were rather wayward. He became out of control and quite often against your hands because he wasn't able to cope with the amount of power. So we had to come down, I'm afraid, on the submission and the balance and the control needed for higher marks. So the submission today, we could only come to a 6.5. In general, we do think this is a good horse, and with help and support and getting him to understand to control his big elastic paces, we feel there's more in there. But on today's performance, the perspective was 7.2. And thank you very much.
So the result for the quality of the horse, 73%. Now the technical score, judged at age 62.5 and B 60.357. The overall mark 67.215%. Für die Qualität des Pferdes 73%. Die technischen Noten bei H 62,5 und bei B 60,357 ergeben 67,215% für Ebano und Mateusz Kichon aus Polen, for Poland. Dann geht's weiter mit Kanada. Next starter to go for Canada. And KWPN Stallion by Kasseid MD in Fleming, bred by J. Gnodde. The owner is the rider, together with Jindal Steel Limited, Amira Nenki Singh Pastridge for Canada with Orion. Amiraki Singh Pestridge und Orion für Kanada, representing Canada.
Hello, thank you very much. Thank you for presenting your very attractive horse in a very unusual, beautiful colour. Unfortunately today there were some issues with riding the test, which was a pity because he's a lovely horse and actually has a lot of potential, but on today's performance we had to be realistic and honest about what we saw today. So in the trot, the basic trot has the ability for all the movements. He unfortunately was rather against your hand and you weren't able to produce the half passes or some of the turns, and he was constantly against the hand, which affected your trot. So the mark today for your trot was 6.7, with a lot of room for improvement and a much higher mark in the future. The walk we found was nice quality. He was correct in the rhythm, even though there were problems in the contact in the walk. He was able to keep a clear rhythm and he has a good ground cover. However, it did affect the walk with the contact. We came to a 7.5. Again, there is room for improvement with that mark. In the canter, a lot of issues with his balance, but the basic quality of the canter is okay. We need to assess the canter not only on the quality of the way he moves, but also how he performs movements. And today there were some issues with the performing of the movements because of the resistance in the contact and the lack of balance. So we came to a 6.8 for the canter. Again, a lot of room for improvement and higher marks in the future. Unfortunately today, most of the test, the tongue was either a little bit over the bit or slightly behind the bit, which affected the performance and why you got some resistance. He was not able to really perform the half passes in a correct way, and so we had to come down to a lower mark for your submission and way of going today, which came to a 5.5. Overall, this horse, the perspective on today's performance, we had to stick to a mark because of the performance that was shown. The mark was a 6.3, but this horse is a lovely horse with a great future if you can improve the basic way of going and have a little more control of his balance. Many more marks to come. Thank you very much.
So the result for the quality for Orion is 65.6%. The technical marks judged at age 58.214, judge at B 53.750, an official score of 60.791% by Amiraki Singh Pestridge, Orion. Die Qualität des Pferdes 65,6%, die technischen Noten bei Dann kommt Spanien wieder an den Start hier im kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze mit dem nächsten Pura Raza Española Hengst vom Israel Mal Iguerito. Er heißt Toronto Capi aus der Zucht der Yeguada La Angostura im Besitz von Carina Pau, vorgestellt von Francisco Gil Ortiz, España. Francisco Gil Ortiz, Toronto Capi para España.
Okay, thank you very much for presenting your very elegant Spanish horse. In the trot, we felt at times, because he sways a little bit with his front legs, it affected sometimes his balance a little bit. There was a difference in your medium extension. We would like to see him maybe not too hurried and a little bit more, given a little bit more time for air time so he can stay in balance. For the trot today, we gave a 7.3. In the walk, the rhythm was clear. We would like to see you take the risk of riding more a collected walk and an extended walk. We felt that the first part of your walk, collected walk, was more like a good medium walk. So the rhythm was clear, but we would like to see the risk taken in the collected and the extended walk. So we gave a 7.4 for the walk. In the canter, overall, we just had the feeling that it was a little bit quick and a little bit fast, and we would like to see him have a little bit more time to develop some more air time in the canter and more spring. So we feel he was coming to the ground rather quick, and so that affected the mark for the canter. He's able to perform the movements quite easily, but with a little less hurried, I think you would be able to develop a better canter. So for the canter, we gave a 7. Submission, the horse is able to perform all the movements fairly easily. We would just like him not to look so tight and so quick. We gave a 7.2 for submission. We'd like to see the flying changes coming more through his body and straighter. And perspective for this horse is a 7.4. Thank you very much.
And that means 72.6% for the quality of the horse, and the technical scores at age 66.964 and a base 65.714. The total score 69.470. Die Qualität des Pferdes 72,6%, die technische Noten bei H 66,964 und B 65,714. Total 69,470. Toronto Capi und Francisco Gil Ortiz, Spanien. Schauen wir auf den Zwischenstand in diesem kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde. In Führung 76,411 La Jolie SWOLD unter Carina Scholz, gefolgt von Vitozzi unter Manuel Dominguez Bernal für Schweden 72,829%. Dritter Platz Zar van der Wolfshove für Belgien Dominik van der Horst. Vierter Platz Soretto, Yvonne Österholm. Fünfter Platz Benefice und Linda Weiß. Aus der Zucht von Günter Lüschen aus Oldenburg kommt Secret Life Magician vom Secret Master Donnerhall, im Besitz stehend der SCEA Chavignac-Vezin, denn das Pferd ist für Frankreich am Start unter Charlotte Chavignac.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for presenting this very impressive horse. Large horse, but very impressive. In the trots, he has quite an expansive, big trot, covering a lot of ground. Not always at this stage able to quite balance himself at times, but it's showing positive signs for the future. For the trot, we gave a 7.7. We would like to see maybe a little bit more support with the hind legs. In the walk, we want to see just a more supple, easy walk, covering the ground and staying more relaxed through his body. We gave a 7.4. In the canter, there is good possibilities in this canter. We like the canter, but we found that he could stay a little more supple in his back and adjustable. We think there's a huge canter in there, but it's just being able to develop the adjustability in the collection. We gave 7.9. There were a few problems in the changes today, although we thought you presented him in a really nice way. You sit beautifully, and in general there was a nice partnership there, but because of the problems in the flying changes, we came to a 7.4. Overall, a good horse with possibilities for the future. A perspective on today's performance was a 7.7. Thank you very much.
So the results for the quality of the horse is 76.2. Now here the technical marks, judge at age 67.679, judge at B 65. Die Qualität des Pferdes 76,2%, die technischen Noten bei H 67,679 und bei B 65,714 ergibt ein Total von 71,449%. Weiter geht's mit einem Pferd für die Niederlande. In den Niederlanden gezogen von die Grender im Besitz von Max Grender. Das Pferd heißt Australis Cottingley. Dann noch einmal wieder Tanz. Im Sattel sitzt Kirsten Brouwer, the Netherlands. Kirsten Bauer und Australis Colin Lee, Niederlande.
Okay, Kirsten, thank you very much. We saw a very elegant partnership here, nicely presented and effective with your presentation. You knew exactly what you were doing. The trot was a springy trot, elegant and elastic. Maybe could be more supple through the back at times, but it was a nice picture. 8.2 for the trot. Unfortunately, I think the atmosphere got to your horse a little bit in the walk. You did a very clever job and a nice job of presenting him in the walk, but he was just a little bit tense in the walk, which we had to reflect in our mark today, unfortunately. And he was just holding himself, so we came to a mark of 7 for the walk. In the canter, very balanced. Some very nice flying changes in general performed, and again we'd like to say your setup and effectiveness was very clear. We could see exactly how nicely you gave the horse the chance to perform some lovely flying changes. In general, the canter can be a little tight. Again, maybe it follows the walk a little bit with the atmosphere. We gave a 7.6. Submission, though, you kept it together. You helped the horse a lot. It was a nice picture to watch, and we thought you did a nice job. Because of the tension, we had to come a little bit lower than saying it was good. We came to a 7.8, and in general, on today's performance, very elegant partnership. 7.8 for the perspective, and well done and well ridden.
So the result 76.8%, and the technical mark judge at age 67.5 and B 68.036. Total score for Kirsten Bauer and Australis Colin Lee is 72.284%. 76,8% für die Qualität des Pferdes, 67,5 bei H, 68,036 bei B ergibt 72,284%. Und dann kommt Deutschland wieder an den Start hier im kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze, und zwar mit Glemdale WP NRW aus der Zucht der Zuchtgemeinschaft Pleines, im Besitz von Heike Pleines, steht dieser Westfale vom Glamour mal Millennium. Für Deutschland Leonie Richter. Glendale WP NRW vom Glamourdale mal Millennium. Leonie Richter für Deutschland, Germany.
Okay, Leonie. Well done for persuading your very beautiful black stallion round the test. He didn't look like he always wanted to play the game today, unfortunately, which can happen. A beautiful horse with lots of possibilities when he would like to do things. So today we felt the connection affected a lot of what he did. Connection and suppleness and acceptance and this harmony between the two of you was, I'm afraid, not really always there. In the trot, we gave an 8. We think he's a good horse. We think he's a lovely horse, but we have to go on his performance today. 8, maybe the possibility to be higher is there if he's smiling a little more. And we all know that sometimes the stallions can have other ideas and they have their attention elsewhere. In the walk again, a nice walk, a good ground cover, and nicely presented from you as well. We gave an 8 again. In the canter, the possibilities of his canter is a lot more than the mark we gave, but we had to take into account the suppleness of the back and the willingness to stay through his body and through the contact. So the mark was slightly affected and we had to come to a 7.4. Now, submission is just on today's performance, and he decided that he didn't really want to do the pirouette. You had to make a decision to make the pirouette in a different place, which is unfortunate for you, but you handled the situation very nicely. But he was not really willing to do the pirouette, so we had to come to a 5.8 today for submission. And overall, on today's performance, the perspective is obviously lower than it should be for a beautiful horse like this, but it was a 7.2. But very nicely coped with and well managed from you. Thank you very much.
So that leads to the mark of 72.8%, and the technical marks at age 64.286 and at base 63.214, overall score 68.275%. Die Qualitätsnoten 72,8%, die technische bei H 64,286 und bei B 63,214, ein Total von 68,275% für Glendale WP NRW unter Leonie Richter für letzte Paar von der zweiten kurzen Pause in diesem kleinen Finale der Siebenjährigen, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze. Das ist ein Pferd für Deutschland, ein Holsteiner namens Sullivan ABN vom Secret Mal Carpaccio, gezüchtet von Anja Niegatz, im Besitz von Michael Kramarsch. Vorgestellt wird Sullivan ABN von Nina Verena Braun, Germany. Sullivan, ABN, Nina Verena Rau.
Okay, thank you very much. We saw a beautiful horse, very nicely presented by you in the trot. We like the elasticity, maybe could support a little more from behind, but there was expansive steps, and in the lateral work there were some lovely steps. We gave an 8.5 for the trot. The walk, clear rhythm, ground covering, and nicely ridden extended walk with activity, and really lovely over track, but also the ability to collect. We gave an 8.5 for walk. In the canter, we found that he was a little bit tight in the back at times, and not just losing the suppleness through the back. And so the quality of the canter was not as good as the trots and the walk. We gave a 7.8. Overall, for the submission, you managed the test nicely. You presented the test in a nice way. We would like to see a little more harmonious contact, if possible, and a little more self-carriage, due to the fact that he doesn't always quite keep the support on his hind legs. But overall, it was a nice impression. 7.8 for submission. A good horse, a perspective of 8.2. Thank you very much.
Und das Ergebnis 81,6%, dazu kommt bei H 70,179 und bei B 65,536 ein totales Ergebnis von 74,729%. Zweiter Platz, Nina Verena Braun, Sullivan, ABN. So the results is 81.6 for the quality, judge and agent technical score 70.179, 65.5 for the 6, total score 74.79%, second place for Sullivan, ABN. Kurze Pause, meine Damen und Herren, die letzten Pause ist wieder Verena Scholz in Führung mit einem WOND 76,4 Einspielholz von gesehen, Sullivan, ABN, dritter Platz, Victoria mit ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this evening at about 7:30, we have the auction on our live horses and our ponies. The presentation of the horses will be at 2:50 p.m. in the 24 area, and the presentation of the ponies after the horses at 3 p.m. Presentation of the horses at 7:30. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the small final for 7-year-old horses, presented by Madeleine Winter-Schulze, the FEI Dressage. It's the third part of this small final for 7-year-old horses. We are waiting for the next one to go for Spain. Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zurück im kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde hier in Pferden. Wir warten auf das erste Pferd nach dieser zweiten Pause, der auf Verniquet für Spanien, representing Spain. Verniquet und Raúl Arcos Seguero para España. Aus Spanien, Verticals und Raúl Arcos Soguero para España.
Okay, thank you very much for presenting your very willing horse. I think the horse is willing and he's very relaxed and he understands his job. There were a few small miscommunications in the test, but overall, a willing horse and obedient horse. In the trot, we would like to see a little more spring, a little more air time, and more elasticity. And more pushing power from behind. Today we gave a 6.8 for the trot. In the walk we want to see a more relaxed, supple, elastic feeling with the horse's body. We gave a 6.8 for walk. Canter was regular, it was straight. The contact stayed more or less okay throughout the test. We would like to see more airtime in the canter, but he was willing, and it was a pity about your one pirouette. But we gave a 7 for the canter. Submission, generally willing, and just the one mistake in the pirouette and one of the changes, but we gave a 7 for submission, and overall a willing horse, perspective of 7 today. Thank you very much.
That means 69.2%. The technical score at age 64.107 and at base 60%. The official ranking 65.627% for Rollercross, Soguero and Verticals. Die Note für die Qualität 69,2%, die technische bei H 64,107 und bei B 60% ergeben 65,627. Hannoveraner Stute vom Fürst Samaranmal Riverside. Fillies FRH aus der Zucht von René Janssen im Besitz von Ingo Papp und Ken Steele. Geritten von Greta Hemshof. Für Deutschland, für Germany. Greta Himsoth und Felice FEI. Ihr müsst es umdrehen, das Plakat. Das Plakat ist falsch rum, bitte drehen. Greater Greta, für alle, die es nicht sehen können. Der Fanclub von Greta Himsoth.
Okay, thank you very much. What a beautiful horse you have. In the trot, we saw a light-footed, elegant horse, lots of spring, elasticity off the ground. We gave, for the trot, a mark of 9. In the walk, we would like to see a little more suppleness, relaxation, and the horse really walking through the body. So we came to a 7.5 for the walk. In the canter sometimes is a little croup high, but it's basically a good canter. We gave an 8 for your canter today. There were a few problems with the changes. The horse is obviously still a little green in the changes, so there were some miscommunications at times with the changes, but we had to reflect this in the submission mark. We came to a 7.5. And overall, we think you have a lovely horse with a great future ahead, and you presented your horse in a beautiful way. We gave 8 for perspective. Thank you very much.
74,242%. So 80% for the quality. Judge at H gave 68.929%, judge at B 68.036. It's 74.242%, the third rank in the small final for 7-year-old horses. Schauen wir mal auf den Zwischenstand, da hat sich ein bisschen was geändert. La Jolie SWOLD mit Carina Scholz liegen in Führung, gefolgt von Sullivan ABN, Nina Verena Braun. Greta Himsoth, jetzt eben gesehen auf dem 3. Platz. Der 4. Platz Vitozzi mit Manuel Dominguez, die Niederlande. Jetzt kommt Dänemark. Mit einem dänischen Pferd namens Nordstrands Quinoa vom Quarter Hitman Bluehorse Hertog aus der Zucht von Gitten Otsland Larsen im Besitz von Sarah Pitchley, vorgestellt von Alexander Ide Helgstrand von Dänemark. Constance Quinoa und Alexander Ide Hilkstrand.
Okay, Alexander, thank you very much for presenting this beautiful chestnut mare. We think she's a lovely horse. In the trot, we think she has elasticity, she has ground cover. What we would like to see a little more is the self-carriage. But mechanics are good in the trot work. We gave an 8.5 for your trot. In the walk, we were a little disappointed in the walk. She didn't quite just relax and march forwards and really show her walk to her best. You know, the walk is, again, a good walk, but in the test itself, it didn't really march out in the extension, so she didn't really relax and take your rein. We gave a 7.8 for your walk. Canter, again, we feel it has the possibilities, it's a good canter, but because she doesn't always stay in enough self-carriage and stay in balance herself, there is some tightening at times. So we came to a mark of 7.9 because of this. Submission, we like the horse and she's willing, but she is a little green at the moment for the level. So the changes were not always confirmed on the aid. There were some mistakes there. And also we would just like her to have a little bit more of her own self-carriage. We gave a 7.4 for submission. Overall perspective, a good horse, a very bright future, an 8 for perspective on today's performance. Well done, thank you.
The second marks brings him to 79.2%, and the technical score judge at age 69.464, judge at B 68.571. All over score 74.109%. The fourth place for Alexander Ede Hilkstrand in Nordstrands Quinoa. 79,2 für die Qualität. Die Technik gibt es bei H 69,464 und bei B 68,571. Total vierter Platz 74,109%. Das nächste Pferd auf der Liste, meine Damen und Herren, kommt nicht die 709, Evalia S. Contenance. Somit warten wir auf das übernächste Paar, die Programmnummer 720 für Schweden, Livia. The next starter, or next horse is not starting, number 709. So we are waiting for 720, Livia. Selection includes a selection of 3 p.m. and at 3 p.m. So first the riding horses and then the foals. These young talents have been carefully selected for sport and for the highest standards. From Wednesday to Saturday, you see the collection horse directly after the final for 6-year-old dressage horses. Do not miss your chance to find your future champion at about 7:30 p.m. So if you are interested in test riding one of the horses, please contact our customer service at 7:30. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue with the small final of 7-year-old horses presented by Madeleine Wittner-Schulze. With this next horse, it's a Swedish horse called Livia by Vivaldo in London. Linnea Dolk, and the horse is ridden by Lina Dolk, Sweden. Aus Schweden, Livia und Lena Dolk.
Okay, thank you very much presenting this very elegant, beautiful chestnut mare. She was light-footed and elastic in the trot. We saw some lovely moments in the trot, and she could maybe push a little more from behind at times, but we came to a mark of 8.2. The walk, we felt she didn't really relax enough, and she didn't quite just show herself and let herself go enough, so she was a little tight in the walk today. The rhythm was okay, but unfortunately in the extension she was a little tight, didn't keep the activity and the relaxation. She's much better now, but because of that we had to come to a mark of 7.2. Canter was a nice balance. Maybe could have some more airtime at times and a little more suppleness, but in general was a nice canter. We came to a mark of 7.8 for the canter. Submission, you rode her nicely, you presented her in a nice way. She made a few little small minor mistakes in the changes, but in general was presented in a good way. But because of the small mistakes, we came to a 7.9 for submission. Overall, a lovely horse, a nice combination. The pair of you look good together. We gave an 8 for perspective. Thank you very much.
That turns to a score of 78.2% for Livia. The technical score judge at age 66.607, at B 67.143, and the overall score is 72.538%. 78,2 für die Qualität, dann für die Technik bei H 66,607, bei B 67,143. Ein Endergebnis von 72,538% für Lena Dolk und Livia für Schweden. Florissimas Fleur Royale 2. The Danish horse by Feinrich and Diamond Tits, bred by Johanna Charlotte Bottwin-Sundberg. The owner is Susanne Oldenborg, and the rider in the saddle, Susanne Barno. Für Dänemark. Susanne Barno zeigt uns Fleurissimas Fleur Royal 2 für Dänemark, für Dänemark.
Okay, thank you very much. Very elegant combination, and both of you seem to look like you were enjoying it. So nice smile on your face. So the trot, we thought she has a balance, easy, connection stayed fairly steady, if not a little leaning on the bit at times, but we liked the trot. We felt she could support herself a little more, especially in the second trot work after the walk. We gave 7.7. For the walk, we feel that you could actually ride a little bit more if she's relaxed enough to ride a little more energy activity in the walk. We felt that the walk has more potential. On today's walk, we gave a 7.6. Canter is basically a nice canter. We would like her to support herself a little more herself. She tends to stay very steady, but a little bit leaning at times on the bit. We would like to see the more self-carriage. We gave a 7.8 for canter. There was a few problems, particularly one pirouette, and we'd like to draw your attention to the self-carriage. We gave a 7.3 for submission. And overall perspective, a 7.7. Thank you very much.
And this leads to 76.2%. Here is now also the technical score. Judge today 67.679. Anna Bay 63.929. Overall score 71.002% for Susanne Barno and Fleurissimas Fleur Royal 2. Note für die Qualität 76,2%, für die Technik bei H 67,679 und bei B 63,929, total 71,002. Zwei Paare kommen noch in dem kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze. Der Ehrenpreis gegeben von der Firma Piqueur. Belgien kommt nochmal an den Start mit einem belgischen Wallach vom Just Wimphof. Mal wieder Tanz aus der Zucht und im Besitz von Stefan van Doon. Das Pferd heißt Talentino Faudi. Da ist er, Talentino Faudi und Casey Halkett. Belgien, Belgium. VD for Belgium.
Okay, thank you very much. Here we saw a very useful workmanlike horse with possibilities for the sport. In the trot, light-footed, maybe could be a little more supple at times, but in general shows nice ability. In the extension, medium extensions, was pushing nicely. A little late to start maybe, but in general, we like the trot. Little more suppleness, 7.7 for trot. The performance, we'd like to see him be a little more relaxed, take a little bit more a supple ground covering stride. We came to a 7.5 for the walk today. It was clear rhythm, the shoulders are a little tight at times. The canter, useful, easy canter, nice balance all the time. You presented it well, and the highlights were the flying changes. You did a nice job with those. Becoming a little tight in the pirouettes. The sitting is there, but the tight heat becomes a little tight yet in the pirouettes. 7.8 for canter. Submission, more or less, apart from occasionally becoming a little tight and short in the neck, but occasionally. We thought you did a nice job presenting, and the partnership was obvious to see. It was a nice partnership. Gave 7.9 for submission. And overall perspective, a nice horse for the future and a nice partnership, and 7.8 perspective. Thank you very much.
So this marks leads to 77.4%, with the technical marks at age 68.571 and B 67.5, a total score of 72.718%. The sixth rank in this class. Für die Qualität des Pferdes 77,4%. Bei H gab es in der technischen Note 68,571, bei B 67,5. Total 6. Platz 72,718 Kizzy Halkett und Talentino VT. Mit der Programmnummer 726 Ohio für die Niederlande geht nicht an den Start. Last horse to go, number 721 Maestro Nevia 2. Wir warten auf das letzte Pferd in dieser Prüfung für Spanien im kleinen Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde, präsentiert von Madeleine Winter-Schulze. Offizielle Startzeit 12:50 Uhr. Official So, meine Damen und Herren, wir haben Sie ja schon in den letzten Tagen darauf vorbereitet, auf die Championship Auction. Heute Abend diese On-Live Sport Horse and Foals Auction. Heute Abend werden Pferde versteigert um 7:30 Uhr, gleich im Anschluss an das Finale der 6-Jährigen. Wir präsentieren Ihnen die Pferde noch 19:50 Uhr und gleich im Anschluss dann die 11 Fohlen, die heute Abend unter den Hammer kommen beim Hannoveraner Verband. Heute Abend die Championship Auction um 19:30 Uhr im Anschluss an das Finale der 6-jährigen Pferdepräsentation noch einmal 14:50 Uhr hier in der Horse 24 Arena. Spanish horse. Larino. The horse is bred by the owner. Transportes La Peña de Maestro di Viatu. Maestro de Via to Juan de Dios Ramirez Garcia for Spain.
Okay, thank you very much. Here we saw a very willing horse, obedient in the trot. We felt at times he lost some balance and some regularity in some of the lateral work, especially the half pass to the left. The trot became not always balanced and quite regular. And we'd like to see more pushing power and elasticity in the medium extended paces. So because of this, today we had to come to a mark for the trot of 6.3. In the walk, we thought the horse is very clear in his rhythm and showed clear rhythm in collected walk and a nice overtrack in the extended walk. We gave 7.5. We thought the highlight today was in his walk. In the canter is obedient and it's balanced. What we would like to see now is some more airtime and a little more suppleness and his use of his back. The mark for today's canter was 6.5. Overall submission, obedient, well-behaved, trying hard, both of you together. What we would like to see is him following the suppleness of and the rhythm in the training scale. We gave a mark of 7 for submission, and overall perspective on today's performance was a 6.8. Thank you very much.
So that leads to 68.2%. The technical score at age 66.964 and B 65.714. Total score 67.27%. Das Ergebnis für Juan de Dios Ramirez Garcia und Maestro. Für die Qualität des Pferdes 68,2, für die Technik bei H 66,964 und bei B 65,714 gibt 67,27%. Damit, meine Damen und Herren, ist das kleine Finale der 7-jährigen Pferde gleich unser Siegerpaar und die Platzierten hier bei uns begrüßen dürfen. Ein herzliches Dankeschön an die Jury, ein herzliches Dankeschön für die Kommentare nach jedem Ritt. Wir freuen uns jetzt gleich auf die Siege. So our thanks to the ground jury and our thank for the commentaries after each ride. Now we are waiting for the prize giving ceremony of the small final for 7-year-old horses presented by Madeleine Winterschulze and the prize.